Well, hello there. What I'm going to do is share with you two options for this week's word art. So I'm going to show you two options for a found object word art. Option number one is using indoor found objects to create a word. You'll see here in this example, I went through my son's toys and I spelled out Miss M. You can see M, S, a little dot there, and then an M. You don't have to use toys. Any sort of found object in your house. You could use food, you could use clothing, anything that you can manipulate to spell out a word. It could be your name. It could be a favorite word of yours, like love or dream, something fun like that. So that's option number one, an indoor found object word art. So you would spell out your word and then snap a picture. And then, here's an example that I had my son do for me. He was inspired by his guinea pigs. There's the pigs. And he spelled out the word pig using Legos. I thought that was pretty neat how he used this little curved piece here to do the G. It's a lowercase g too, so that's tricky to do with Legos. So that's another example for an indoor found object word art. Option number two is go outside and make a word art with nature materials. So what I did first was go on a little scavenger hunt. I collected materials first. So you'll see I collected a little pile of rocks. I collected a bunch of green, leafy greens. These are just like little random weeds that were growing up around. Don't pick anything that maybe you shouldn't. If you have flower gardens or things that are growing that you should probably leave, it's always safe to ask before you pick anything. And then I found a bunch of dry stick-like things, and I found this big old branch that had fallen down in the wind. And then I took all these materials, I gathered them together, and I created my word art. Let me move myself out of the way there. I created this word art on the sidewalk at my house. And I wanted it on a nice clear surface so I could easily read my art. So you can see I spelled out the word art. And I didn't just spell out the word, I actually went and did a little border, added a little exclamation point, added some little leafy greens here. And here's my son's example. He spelled the word dog. And that, of course, was because, well, that's our dog there, Ringo. And that's our neighbor's dog, who always comes around. So yeah, that is the other option for Word Art Week. Oh, and there's his name. I almost forgot that slide was in there. The reason I included this slide is because you'll see this was his first time spelling out his name with his found nature materials. And I looked at it and I was like, it's a little tricky. I can see the E, S, C, H. And then I was like, what is that letter? And that's supposed to be an E. And I was like, I can't really see it. So he went back and he added a bit thicker stick so that you can clearly read that letter E. His name's Escher. So that is just a little tip for you. You want to try your best to see if you can make your word easily readable by anybody. So go make some word art, snap a picture, and have lots of fun.